Good morning, ultimate hustlers and generational wealth builders. It is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show. And today we're on Expert Secrets Part 6. We're doing a review of Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets. We're on the sixth installment in this series. We're going to be focusing on creating your offer. As you know, that in order to be successful as an expert, especially building a business around your gift, talent, special abilities, your experience, and your expertise, then you got to create a mass movement. And every mass movement has a charismatic character. Every mass movement has a new opportunity, and every mass movement also has attractive character, charismatic leader, and new opportunity and a future-based cause. And we're going to talk about that new opportunity that you're going to be able to create based on something that you are already gifted at, based on something that you have already overcome. But how do you do it in a way that it attracts people to make them want to make an investment in you and your solution to get the transformation that they want? That's what we're talking about today. It's going down. So do me a huge favor, comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and all your brands, smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen, and let's kick it this morning. Yo, what's up, ultimate hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite SaaSpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the local Biz Marketing Pro Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you have a business and you are trying to figure out how to optimize your online presence, increase your lead flow, grow your revenue so you can expand your operation and contribute more to your local communities, then you need to check out localbizmarketingpros.com. We got a free online checklist that you would absolutely love that you can bump up against your marketing plan to see if you are doing the things that will get you where you want to be in terms of marketing. That link is also in the show notes and in the comments, localbizmarketingpros.com. Today, we're talking expert secrets. Yes, we're going to keep hammering in on this because I happen to believe that the best way to start a business and really understand the power of entrepreneurship is to start with a gift, talent, special ability that you already possess and build a business around that. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So buckle up, hold on tight. If you have not already, comment in the name in the chat the name of your business and or your brand. Even if you have not launched it yet, what do you want that thing to be? Talk to us this morning. Declare that you are going to get the job done. Before we get any further, y'all know we got a couple quick announcements that we got to go through. Those of you who are looking for a great business opportunity, one of the best business opportunities that you can be involved in is one that requires that has software as its foundation. Why do I love a software-based business? because it is the most profitable, it is the most scalable, it is the most sustainable, and it is the most fundable business model on the planet. That's why I created the new course, Boss Mode SaaSpreneur. If you are interested in that, comment free course, and I make sure you get the link to grab the free course. It teaches you all about why you should be considering launching a software company, how you can launch a software company using the same software that I use to build my digital marketing agency. And of course, I will help you every step of the way. Comment free course if you do not have access to that, and I'll make sure you get access to it. Also, we got the free Facebook group. Right? What is the free Facebook group all about? It is about helping us stay together as entrepreneurs. Sometimes you don't have people in your everyday life that is an entrepreneur and they don't understand the struggles that you go through. So we're creating this Facebook group called Local Biz Marketing Mastermind, and it's all about how do you take your marketing prowess, and we work together one with another, and just kind of keep each other accountable, share best practices, tips. So that link is also in the comments and in the show notes. And then last but not least, man, if you are enjoying this content, right, Facebook allows people like me to monetize our content through what's called stars. That is, you going to Facebook's website, you buy some stars, and you can actually give me stars, or any influencer that you are loving, that you're learning from. They're providing great content. They're helping you solve problems in your life and your business. Don't forget, man, you can provide resources to all of these people by purchasing stars and giving stars. Then Facebook converts those stars into money, and they give that to us once a month. So we're out here working hard to be a blessing to you, and that's how you can in turn be a blessing back to us. So make sure that you check that out. I see a bunch of free courses popping up in the chat, so let me grab that link so that you guys can go ahead and get that going, because I don't want to forget later. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go to grab the free course at SaaS.digitalempiresystem.com. So SaaS, which stands for Software as a Service, SaaS.digitalempiresystem.com is the website that you go to grab that free course. So let's officially start the show, man. Y'all know how we do it. We officially start every show right here on the Cortez Hustle Show with a quote of the day. And today's quote is a doozy. It says this: there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life less than the one you're capable of living. Right? I want y'all to think about that. And that is from the legend Nelson Mandela. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life less than the one you're capable of living. See, when people talk to me about being content, complacent, versus striving and pushing for things that are greater, that are bigger, that are bolder, I always have to remind people that you can be grateful and not satisfied at the same time. Of course, how can you be grateful for what you have and not satisfied? Because the things that I have accomplished, the things that I have acquired, those things I am grateful for. And I was able to accumulate those things based on the person that I was. But when I look inside of myself, I realize the person that I was, even the person that I am today, is not even scratching the surface of the person that I'm capable of becoming. So yes, I am thankful, but at the same time, I am not satisfied, because I know there is more in me. I know I can become more, therefore I can do more and ultimately have more. So yes, I am grateful. I am thankful. I wake up every morning with an attitude of gratitude, but I know that I can be a better leader for my family. I know I can be a better provider for my family. I know I can be a better leader for my community. I know I can be a better entrepreneur. I know that I can provide more job opportunities and more resources for those around me. I know that. So why would I be satisfied with the things that I have accomplished thus far when I know deep down inside I have more to give? So yes, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, but I'm not content. I'm not satisfied. right? Am I happy? Absolutely, I'm happy because while I'm not the man that I will ultimately become, I thank God that I'm not the man that I used to be. But at the end of the day, when I look myself in the mirror, I stare deep into my own soul. I know there's more there. And I'm going to continue to mine it out. I'm going to continue to call on the God that I serve to help reveal to me more of who I am, to help me continue to peel off the layers until I get to that version of myself that He created. That's just me. Right. So, what do you think? You got a favorite quote? Drop that in the comments. There is no passion to be found in playing small and settling for a life less than the one you're capable of living. That is Nelson Mandela. If you have no passion in your life right now today, chances are is because you are not willing to take any risks. You're playing too small. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by Local Biz Marketing Mastermind. That is our free Facebook group where we help share marketing tips, strategies, best practices to help small local businesses optimize their online presence, increase their leads, grow their revenue, expand their operations so they can contribute more to their local community. The link is in the comments and in the show notes. It is Local Biz Marketing Mastermind right here on Facebook. You can join that free community. And we're just building out something nice for us entrepreneurs to have connections with people who get it, right? A lot of times we as entrepreneurs, we're around people who have not tapped into their own entrepreneurial spirit, so they don't get us. So we need to be involved in communities where other entrepreneurs absolutely get us. So that's why we put that group together for you. So Expert Secrets, ladies and gentlemen, this is not just a book. This is a resource. This is a reference guide. This is something that I come back to at least 2 to 3 times a year. Every time my business grows a little bit, every time I grow as an individual, I need to come back because a lot of stuff went over my head because I was shorter back then, but I've grown a little bit. So now more and more of things, I swear I read this book today and I'm like, I didn't even know that was in there. Why? Because it went over my head the last time I read it. This is why you pick up books like this. And if you want to get yourself a free copy, and that's a way that you can support the show for everyone who grabs a free copy, we earn $1. So that's pretty cool, right? So the link is in the show notes and in the comments. Grab your free copy of this book, and that's a way that you can support the show. So let's talk about the opportunity switch. So we talked about if you are going to build a business around your gifts, talents, special abilities, passions, experiences, and expertise, one of the first things that you want to do is create a mass movement around yourself, right? And all mass movements have 3 main components, right? They have an attractive character or a charismatic leader, they have a new opportunity, and they have a future-based cause. So we're going to spend a little time today talking about the opportunities that you're going to create as you're building out your business model around your gifts and your talents, right? These are the opportunities that solve the problems for the people that you feel you have been placed here to serve, right? I feel without a shadow of a doubt that the group of people that I am here to serve are entrepreneurs who are just getting started or who have laid the foundation and they're trying to elevate, right? I don't deal with big businesses. I deal with solopreneurs and small mom and pop shops who are trying to figure out how does the internet work for them? How do they best incorporate? How do they leverage the internet to make to ease some of the stress that comes with operating a business in today's environment. So you have to figure out whatever your gift, talent, or special ability is, what kind of offer are you going to bring to the marketplace, right? That solves a problem for the group of people that you have been put here to serve, right? So far, we've discussed the strategy for building a strong foundation so you can become a leader and people will follow. You've chosen a niche that you want to create. Notice that I didn't say pick a niche. It's essential for you to create a new niche a new opportunity for your people, right? I watched Dope Sick over the weekend, right? And if you've never seen Dope Sick, it's a 10-part, 12-part series or so about the Sackler family, which is the family who brought Oxycontin to the market, big pharma, right? And I just remember distinctly as I'm learning these things, I see these things everywhere I turn. And this is one single family, right? But they were split into two halves. Two brothers kind of don't like each other, but they understand that they are family. They built this drug, and now they're trying to make it a mass movement around this drug. And I remember at one point the two brothers were listening to one of the nephews pitch how they were going to bring Oxycontin to the market, right? And one of the brothers said to the others, "You don't chase a market, you create one." And that's what Russell Brunson is talking about right here, right? You have your industry, right? You have your category, you have your sub markets, you have your niche, and then you have to figure out within the niche, how do you create a lane for yourself, right? How do you create um, demand for a product, right? It's like, ask yourself this question: Did did we need cell phones, or did they create the market for the cell phone to make us all want it, right? For dozens of decades where we had the ability to have a phone, nobody wanted a phone on their person 24/7, right? But somebody created the demand for that, and now we can't live without it. Well, you have to think about the same thing around your opportunity that you're creating, right? You're thinking about the offer that you're creating. Can you create a desire for the thing that you have to offer? And I believe the answer is yes. The question is, are there enough people suffering from the pain that your offer solves? The relationship between you and your audience isn't created until they pay, right? So a lot of times there's nothing wrong with wanting to serve in this capacity. Like I'm on this podcast every morning, and I'm giving valuable information. But people always ask, well, Cortez, how do you turn around and sell the same things that you talk about for free every day? How do you sell your coaching programs when you give away a lot of the information for free? You got to understand something. When it comes to your offer, people pay for transformation, they pay for perspective, and they pay for presence, right? If you're taking notes, you need to write this down. Yes, I'm on the podcast and I'm sharing tips and strategies all day for free, every day, every morning, 7 a.m. Here I am, right? But people don't pay for tips and strategies. What they pay for is transformation. What they pay for is perspective. What they pay for is presence. So I can give you my 10-step formula live on this stream to help you build your brand. And most people will not take any action because when people don't pay, they don't pay attention. And then when people make the investment into one of my programs and now they have my presence, right? They can get me on the phone, they can get me on the Zoom, and I can walk them through certain things. That's what leads to the transformation. That's what they're paying for, right? So you cannot be afraid. I know so many people that will not put out any content because they're afraid, Cortez, if I put out my content, nobody's going to buy my course. Nobody's going to buy my coaching package. It's not true. All the best coaches in the world all have YouTube channels where they drop free gems every day, right? One of my favorite is Myron Golden. Now, I haven't had a chance to work with Myron Golden directly just yet, because he his master class is like 150 grand, right? So he has free YouTube content, but at the same time, people are still paying him 150 grand a year to be part of his mastermind. So don't get it twisted that if you share valuable content on your social media platforms, people are not going to hire you. No, that's not true. In fact, people are hiring him because of the free content that he provides, and he has proven and positioned himself as the expert that he is. And now when people go to work with him, they don't question whether or not his program is worth 150 grand. They know it is because of the free content that he has put out, right? What's up, Mark? He said, that's true. When you pay attention. Absolutely. So we're talking about creating your offers, and we're going to get all the way into that, but we got to do some 1-minute motivation real quick. So let's jump into that. If you're new to the Cortez Hustle Show, every episode we play a short motivational video, usually 60 to 90 seconds or so. And I ask you to comment a takeaway or two. I'm going to give you a couple of my takeaways and my thoughts. So let's get into 1-minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
Discipline, it does start with waking up early. It really does. But that is just the beginning. Discipline is the root of all good qualities. But you have to absolutely apply it to things outside of just waking up early. It's everything. It's working out every day, making yourself stronger and faster and more flexible and healthier. It's about disciplining your emotions so you can make good decisions. It's about doing the tasks that you don't necessarily want to do, but that you know will help you. And that's what discipline is. Discipline means taking the hard road, the uphill road, to do what's right.
Hoo-wee. And every time I hear about discipline, especially this morning, I'm in my feelings a little bit because I slept in. I skipped my 4:30 workout this morning. So now I'm like, man, here we go. So I'm feeling it this morning because I didn't exercise the excellence in my discipline this morning and get my butt up and work out. But here's the key. I got to forgive myself for that and get back on the horse. In fact, I'm going to work out at 11 today just to make sure I get that workout in. But there's more to just getting up early, like you said, because when I don't get up early and get that workout in, it literally feels like my entire day is pushed back for some reason, right? Even though the show starts on time and I got my notes and I'm prepared and all of that, it just feels like the day is off a little bit. And that's what having a good morning routine will do for you. It helps set the compass for your day, so to speak. And when you take an element out of that, it messes with you a little bit. But waking up early, I tell everybody, man, I don't care what time you have to leave your house in the morning. If you can find a way to wake up 30 minutes to an hour earlier than you normally do, and you find something positive to fill that time with, I promise you'll feel better throughout your day. Whether you find time, you fill that time with a workout, you fill that time with some meditation, you fill that time with some reading, some studying, some journaling, some self-reflection. There's a lot of things that you can fill that time with if you can make that your habit. Almost every successful person attributes a large portion of their success to their morning routine. And I remember when I didn't have well, everybody has a morning routine, but I didn't have a morning routine that was success oriented. My morning routine was get up exactly 37 minutes before I had to be at work, right? Because it took me like 20 minutes to drive and 15 minutes to get ready in the morning, right? And that was my morning routine. And if something happened along the way, I was screwed. Like if I ran into an unusual amount of traffic, if for whatever reason the car didn't start or one of my sons had me blocked in the driveway and I had to then move their car, like that extra 5 minutes it takes to do that. Like I, yeah, I was late for work. And I come flying into to work every day at the last minute, 2 or 3 minutes before my shift start. That's no way to live, y'all. Like when we understand the hormones that your body releases when you're under stress, and the fact that your fight and flight mechanisms are not designed to be turned on 24/7, that's what's happening. We are putting ourselves in positions where the amount of stress that self-inflicted is equivalent to us years and years and years ago being in position to where we have to fight or flee. Like like when our life is on the line, that's the amount of stress that we are inflicting on ourselves without even realizing it when we do things like getting up at the last minute. Right? So understand the power of discipline, right? Disciplining your emotions. Man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. How do you keep your emotions in check where you stay pretty much on even keel and there's not this roller coaster ride, right? It literally upsets people that I never get too high, I never get too low. So one thing I've learned how to do is discipline my emotions, right? Do I get upset? Absolutely. How long do I stay upset though? Probably 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute. And then I'm putting my emotions in check, because the last thing you want to do is make decisions based on temporary states of emotion. And a lot of times that's what gets people in trouble. They get riled up in some way, shape, or form. They get saddened in some way, shape, or form. They get overly excited in some way, shape, or form. And they make decisions while they are in that state. And sometimes we make lifelong decisions in those states of euphoria, in those states of extreme anger, in those states of extreme sadness. And we put ourselves in some crazy, crazy binds sometimes, right? So discipline your emotions is critically important, right? I heard David Goggins say this morning, as I was listening to my motivation, as I normally do every morning, you got to find a way to perform your best work when you're the least motivated. That's discipline right there. Find a way to perform your best when you're the least motivated. That's discipline. I would tell my sons the definition, how we define discipline in our family is doing what you know needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like doing it and or tempted to do otherwise. That's discipline. I was with a group of old friends yesterday. One of the young ladies that I coached in basketball, she's going off to college, so they had a trunk party, and I remember one of the guys saying, my son was talking about moving to Florida, and when one of the guys was like, "Man, I can't move to Florida. I don't have the discipline to move to Florida." Right? It's like, man, if I have to pass a beach every day on the way to work, there's gonna be a lot of days I don't make it because I don't have the discipline, right? And that's what discipline is. Doing what you know needs to be done, especially when you do not feel like doing it and or you're tempted to do otherwise. So, how do you define discipline for you and your family, you and your life, right? Discipline is the principal thing. Without discipline, you can't be consistent. And y'all know how I feel about consistency. You got to show up, people. But a lot of times, if you're not disciplined, you won't even show up. So, that, my friends, is 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by Local Biz Marketing Pros. If you are a small business and you're facing marketing challenges, you don't know how to use the internet, you don't know how to use social media, you don't know if your website is converting and making you money, then you need to talk to Local Biz Marketing Pros. Go to localbizmarketingpros.com. You can set up a free marketing audit of your website and online assets, as well as a free marketing consultation. And we'll walk you through what we see are gaps in your marketing and see if we can't help you fill some of those gaps. We offer everything from SEO to websites to paid advertising, social media marketing, local business marketing, Google My Business Management, and those sorts of things. So make sure you check out localbizmarketingpros.com. So we're talking about creating your offer and bringing value to the marketplace based on something that you are gifted at, based on a talent that you already have, based on an experience or some knowledge that you already possess. A lot of times when we think about starting a business, we think about creating something new. We think about going to buy something that we can turn around and sell. Very few of us look within. There is something that you have overcome in your life. There is something that you do better than most people. There is something that you built a system around, a way of dealing with certain things, a way of coping with certain things. And it doesn't have to be something sexy, right? Maybe you got through a nasty divorce because you developed a 3-step process of dealing with your ex, right? Creating a harmonious situation between you and your ex based on a couple principles that you learned growing up. Well, guess what? Millions of people are getting divorced every year. And if you have a system that you can prove that works to help people live successfully on the other side of divorce, that's valuable. A lot of times we're looking for that sexy, that shiny thing. Sometimes it ain't always sexy. Maybe you're on the other side of that and you were on the brink of divorce and you developed a process that helped you and your mate work through the challenges that led you to the brink of divorce. And now you guys are living happily ever after. Do you know how many people would, if they had a solution that kept them from divorcing, they pay an untold amount of money for that? Because nobody wants to be divorced in a lot of cases. You just can't figure out how to make it work. If you got a solution to making it work, you become invaluable. Here's the problem though. In the beginning stages of your expert career, you won't be good, and that's okay. I'm going to read that one again because somebody missed that. In the beginning stages of your expert career, you won't be good, and that's okay. Anything worth being good at is worth being bad at first, right? As my good friend Garrett J. White once said, no matter what you do, in the beginning, it's going to suck because you suck. But you'll get better and you'll suck less. And as you keep doing this, eventually you'll suck so little, you'll actually be good. Many people don't want to go through the process of sucking. So what they try to do is they try to practice and practice and practice and practice and practice behind closed doors. And they think, okay, I practiced enough. So when I open my doors for the first time, when I start this business, I launch this program, it's going to be successful right out of the gate. No, it's not, because you've never actually done it. Like it's the same happens in sports, right? Some of you guys know I coach youth basketball for years. And I don't care how much you practice, playing in the game is different. So there's two things that needs to happen. When I would coach the young athletes, I would say, yes, we're going to practice hard as we can, but we also need to get you in as many games as possible, because you need as many reps performing as you do in practice. See, when you step on the court in front of a crowd, whether it's mom and dad and the opponent's fan base and all of that, it's a whole different thing. So a lot of times we try to practice in the dark, and we think that, okay, once we get it right in the dark, now when we go and execute it in real life, we're not going to have any challenges. No, that ain't how it works. You would much rather practice in real life. That's where the stage is, right? The first step is to find a beta group to work with. This is your test group. You're going to serve them and get results for them, and you're going to work for free. Now, a lot of people say, well, Cortez, I don't want to work for free. Well, you got to prove that you can get a particular result. What is the result you want for your people? What is the vehicle or process you're going to take them through to get that result for them? And you bring a small group of people together and say, hey, I've got this new process, this new system, this new strategy, this new game plan. I need your help. And because you're willing to help me, you're going to get this experience and this transformation at no cost to you. But we're going to agree that I'm going to be able to use you as a case study and share your results with other people, so that when I started, charging people for it, they can see that we've got these actual results. So step number one, get early results by working for free. Let me tell you a story about a kid I met a few years ago named Alex Jester. He was trying to get a summer job the usual way. He filled out 20 or 30 applications to different stores, but nobody would give him a job. It felt like he was just sending him them into a huge black hole. Then one day he decided to take matters into his own hands and actually prove what a good worker he was. He went down to the mall and walked into his favorite clothing store. He walked in and saw that some of the piles of clothes were unfolded. So he went up to the manager and asked, hey, do you mind if I fold some of these clothes? The manager said, why would you want to do that? My friend said, just because it looks like you guys need some help. So I thought I'd help. And every day he went and asked, can I do a little help? Can I help you guys out a little bit? And how long do you think it took before they said, man, you here all the time. You do good work. Why don't you just work here? That's exactly what happened, y'all. That's exactly what happened. After 3 or 4 days, they're like, man, bro, you want a job here? You want to just work here? Like, yeah, I sent y'all an application. Y'all didn't read it. So I'm going to show up and do the work first and show y'all my value. Then you guys are going to offer me the job. So step one is do the work for free. Step two, design the vehicle. What is your new opportunity, right? What is the process of creating the transformation that people are going to need? Start with a who, what statement. As a first step, I like to make a who, what statement that quickly addresses which sub-market my message is for and what new opportunity they will be switching to. It reads like this. I am going to teach who, how to, what. I am going to teach real estate investors how to make money flipping houses on eBay. I'm going to teach who? Real estate investors. How to do what? Flip houses on eBay. Here's another example. I'm going to teach people who are trying to lose weight how to stop dieting and start drinking ketones for energy and weight loss. What is your who, what statement? Who do you help and what do you help them achieve? Who do you help and what do you help them achieve? The opportunity switch headline. Now that you know the who and the what, you need to give the class a sexy title that will attract your dream customers. I try to create a title that focuses on the results this workshop will deliver. I do that by filling in this phrase, how to blank without blank. So you know the who and the what. Now you got to create a sexy title for your offer. How to create a 7-figure funnel in less than 30 minutes without having to hire or be held hostage to a tech guy. How to make a quick 10K this weekend by flipping your first house on eBay without getting a loan from a bank. How to do something without something, right? If you create a niche for helping kids with ADHD, the title could be How to Naturally Destroy Your Kids' ADHD and Help Them Get Better Grades Without Giving Up Their Favorite After School Snacks. Right? You got to speak to the thing that you know that's holding people back the most. Most people are not doing the transformative action because there's something they're trying to hold on to. Can you solve the problem for them without them feeling like they're going to give up something? You can plug most opportunity switch masterclasses into this framework and create quick titles that people will be interested in. The curiosity hooks, getting out of the red oceans. All right. So now he talks about some different hooks to draw people's attention. We're talking about how do you craft a marketable product or service or offer based on your gifts and talents that will help people recognize you as an expert, that will help them to see you as a person that they want to pay for a particular solution. You have to figure out the big idea that will draw people to you. Why would they shift from the current vehicle they're in to yours? They will switch if you position your opportunity so people will believe and buy, right? So there's 5 what he calls curiosity hooks, right? These are things that draw people attention. Number 1, little known, big difference. This hook shows people something they aren't aware of and how knowing it could make all the difference between success and failure. There's this little known thing called ketosis. Hardly anybody is talking about it, but when you learn it and use it, you'll see a huge difference in your energy levels and how fast you can lose weight. Little known, big difference. That's a hook, right? As you guys know that we are in the age of partnership, and most people are using social media for partnerships. And because of social media, the attention span of the average individual, especially from a marketing standpoint, has gone from 30, 40 seconds down to 7. So how do you hook somebody in 7 seconds? That's what these curiosity hooks will do. Little known, big difference. Number 2, well known, little understood. Right? What is something that everybody thinks they know, but you can bring out a hidden gem that will make them say, Here is where you take something that everyone thinks they know and show how they're actually sabotaging their success because they're missing one little nuance, right? Everyone's talking about low carb diets, right? Well, we all know that refined sugars and carbs are bad for us. But what almost no one understands about low carb diets is the concept of ketosis. It's not restricting carbs that helps you lose weight, it's getting your body into ketosis. And that can help happen even if you are eating carbs, as long as you're drinking ketones. So you got to start figuring these things out. And this is why I have to keep coming back to this book, because I know I have great products and services. I know that I am the most active, the most available, the most consistent coach when it comes to this digital marketing. But you have to understand the psychology of what makes people buy. You got to understand the wordplay that gets people's attention. And without studying something like this, it is very easy to get frustrated, because you'll look around and you'll see people with products and services that are twice the price and half as effective as what you're offering. What's the difference? They've mastered the psychology. They understood what makes people move to action. And you've got to understand that you've got to go through the studies, ladies and gentlemen. Number 3, this changes everything. We're talking about things that hook people Like when you create a headline on social media or on a YouTube video or on a blog post, right? Notice what's happening to you, right? My wife can't stand watching TV with me because we always have to stop and rewind. And I have to say, did you catch that? Take it back a little bit. And she takes it back and she's looking, she's looking, she's looking. I was like, you missed it again? Take it back one more time. And she's looking and she's looking and she's looking. And she's like, what? And I'm like, you didn't see how they said this versus that? And she's like, boy, because every like Kobe Bryant has a famous motivational talk on YouTube, and he talks about the entire world became his study of how to become a better basketball player. And it's like that with me for marketing. The entire world, everything I see now, I see through a lens of the marketing genius behind how it got my attention. So, what am I saying to you? I'm saying to you that you have to pay attention to what's happening to you as an entrepreneur. When you get ready to buy something, start asking yourself, man, what made me want to buy this? And you'll notice the positioning of the packaging. You'll notice the colors. You'll notice the words. You'll notice the ad, right? When you're watching TV and you get ready to skip an advertisement and for some reason it hooks you and you watch the whole commercial, ask yourself, what hooked me? And usually you'll find one or two emotional words that triggered something in you. You have to learn this stuff, especially in the beginning, because most of us, when we're starting out, we don't have the financial budget to hire someone to come in and do this stuff for us. So there's another hook. This changes everything. With this hook, something new has just happened in your sub-market. It's related to the problem your audience wants to solve and letting them know that if they aren't aware of it, they're at risk missing out big time, right? Are you trying to stick to a low-carb diet but find that cravings are just too much? Do you start fresh every Monday, fail, and then vow to start again with the same old strategy? You need to learn about this new type of ketones that instantly put your body in ketosis, kills cravings, and helps you lose weight easily, right? This changes everything. What is that new thing that's happening in your sub market? And you make people feel like, fear of missing out. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me something new happened and I don't know about it? Tell me about it. How can I learn more about it? Number 4, the crystal ball theory. This angle shows how something that's been done successfully in the past is about to be made obsolete. You're persuading them that soon this will be common knowledge, but they can get in now and have early success, right? I'm using the crystal ball theory now with my new SaaS mode, boss mode SaaSpreneur course, right? It's not going to be long before every industry is going to have a white label version of what it is that they're doing. Right now, you can get this free course, white label an entire suite of software, market it as your own, and instantly become a software company. Instantly start building monthly recurring revenue. But if you sit on the sidelines and wait, everybody's going to be doing it in the next 18 months. You can get in now and build you a portfolio of clients and have you 5-6 figures in monthly recurring revenue working with small businesses and turning them onto your software, right? That's me using the crystal ball method. I can see that it ain't going to be long before not only will you be able to white label software, you're going to be able to white label everything. And white labeling is going to become the new affiliate marketing. Right now, you can do affiliate marketing and you sign up with a company. They have a good product or service. You sell it. They give you 20, 30, 40%. That's cool. Or they can say, hey, you can just white label this whole thing and just pay us a certain amount every month, and you go sell it and make all the money you want to make. Now that's becoming more of the thing, right? Get in early before it becomes a thing and learn how to do this with software and have your processes, your systems in place. And by the time everything else gets white labeled, you'll know how to pick a good white label partner. You'll know how to build a system around it, and you'll have your own marketing software to market any other white label products. I'm just saying, right? That's the crystal ball method, right? And then number 5 is revisiting the fundamentals. This hook takes the approach that things are getting way too complicated, advanced, or sophisticated for the average person. Your new opportunity, on the other hand, takes things back to the basics, right? So, man, let's review and see how much time we got. So, take a few minutes and write down your own statements based on the descriptions above. When you finish, you should have something like this. What is your who what statement, right? I am going to teach people who are trying to lose weight how to stop dieting and start drinking ketones for energy and weight loss. This could be whatever it is, right? I know Mark is in the remote real estate investing space, right? What is your who what statement? I'm going to teach ambitious people who want to make money in real estate how to invest in real estate remotely, right? What is the opportunity switch headline? How to stop exercising and still lose weight through a little known trick that almost instantly puts your body into ketones without giving up your favorite carbs, right? Curiosity hook. There's this little known thing called ketosis. Hardly anybody is talking about. What is your curiosity hook, right? So, man, we got a lot to go. We're halfway through the book, y'all, and I'm probably going to do 3 or 4 more of these episodes on this book, but use the link in the description and go ahead and get your copy of it for free. You can also, when you get your copy of it for free, it also helps us out here at the Cortez Hustle Show, because I am an affiliate of Russell Brunson's products. So if you decide to buy anything, then they give us a small commission. But you got to understand that you already have what it takes on the inside of you. You simply have to develop it. It's already there, right? It's like when they would take the pictures with the old cameras, right? And then they have to take it into the dark room and put it underwater in that solution, and then they develop it, and then they take a negative and turn it into a positive image, right? You already have the business on the inside of you. You are the business. You are the brand. You have it. Now you have to develop it. And the only way to truly develop it is to ready, fire, aim. You got to ready, fire, aim. Some of you guys are getting ready, and you spend all of your time getting ready to get ready. No, I first heard this from a young lady named Tracy Walker. When I first got started in building my online empire, I was searching on what's the best way to build a business online. And back then, blogging was very new. And I got a chance to work with an organization called Empower Network, David Sharp and David Woods. And Tracy was one of the leaders in that organization. And I would sneak into her trainings. I was not in her downline. I was not on her team, but I would sneak into her trainings and I would listen. And she said, some of you guys are spending too much time getting ready to get ready. She said, it's ready, fire, aim. You steady yourself. You get yourself ready. Hey, how do you get yourself ready? By making a decision, by making a declaration. Hey, I'm about to start this business. And then what did she say? You don't take time to aim. You just launch that thing. Hey, I'm in business. And you start telling everybody, I'm in business. Here's what I do. Here's who I am. This is what I do. Here's who I serve. This is how I serve them. This is how well I serve them. This is how I do it differently than anybody else. And this is why I do it, right? You start communicating that thing and people start asking, well, how much is your service cost? See, you've already started. And then based on the feedback from the marketplace, you aim. Then you start going through a book like this and you start refining, right, your methods. But some people know good and cotton picking well that they've got something special on the inside of them. They see people around them hurting every day with pain that they have the antidote for. But for whatever reason, they're letting fear hold them back. Do you realize that those people's blood are on your hands? Do you realize that those people pain that you're watching them go through, that you're going to have to make an account for that? You have the ability to get those people out of the pain, but you're letting fear hold you back? And where does all fear come from? What we think other people are going to think about us. The only reason we're afraid is because what we think other people are going to think a way about what we're doing. I still have to challenge myself on that every day. Cortez, why do you care what you think somebody else is going to think? Now, 8 times out of 10, they ain't thinking about me in the first place because they got their own ish going on in their lives. Eight times out of 10, they ain't even thinking about me. But I'm creating a narrative in my own head about what they are thinking about what I am doing. And I'm letting an imaginative narrative, something that I'm making up in my head, create anxiety in me to stop me from doing what I feel in my spirit I have been called to do, which will allow me to make $1 and a difference at the same time, which will allow me to build a business, which will allow me to build an empire, which will allow me to build passive and residual income, which will allow me to get a sense of joy and fulfillment of doing something I love. I'm letting a narrative that I have imagined about what other people are thinking about me and what I'm doing stop me from doing what I know I should be doing. That's called anxiety. There's, when I listen to Myron Golden talk about there's a difference between fear and anxiety. Fear is when there is a physical threat in my presence. Anxiety is when the threat is all imagined. So I'm letting what I think someone else is going to think about what I'm doing create enough anxiety in me that paralyzes me from taking action. You got to change the narrative in your own head. Start imagining that people are going to cheer for you when you win. And that's going to, instead of creating anxiety, is going to create anticipation. There's a difference. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this. Tomorrow, we're at the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. My girl, Michelle A, is back with us live. I can't wait to get that energy back on screen. So I thank you guys so much for always tuning in. Until I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.